Welcome to the Savage Penitentiary, where what's good, boys? I'm back again for another Savage Talk Live. It is the Money in the Bank review show coming off the back of last night's WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Your boy here, Hugo the Savage. Pablo the Savage is lying down next to me because it's hot and summer's shining. Please let me know in the comment section instantly if you can hear my fan. Hopefully it's not too loud because it's boiling here and I'm going to melt. But it's good to be back. It's good to have everyone on the show. I hope everyone's well. Shout out to everyone in the chat so far. Shout out to Jacob, King Court, Nima, Tariq. Shout out to everyone, man. How's everyone doing? Did everyone enjoy the Money in the Bank pay-per-view? Of course, you're not going to enjoy it 100%. There's going to be ups and downs from it. But overall, did you enjoy the pay-per-view? I have to say, by the time I got to the end of it, I did have some fun with it. I did enjoy a little bit. If you guys see my reaction, you will have seen from that. I'm on the same thing with you, Nima. I watched it back actually. Normally I'll watch it back. I was doing a review anyway, but Brown Chang was sleeping when I was watching it, so I watched it with my son earlier. I think stopped watching it about an hour ago, so it's still fresh in my mind, everything what happened. And I didn't really change my mind on anything from last night. While I was watching the show, leading into the final match, the championship match, I was around about 7.5 out of 10. And I thought it needed something major in that match to bump it up for me, and I got what I wanted from that. So very, very happy. This show will be solely based on the Money in the Bank. We're not going to be talking about much anything else, maybe a few things to do with Raw coming up tonight. But yeah, we're going to be talking Money in the Bank. We're going to get a review on it. We're going to give it a bit of a rating. See what everyone thinks. I'm not clouded by what happened at the end of the Money in the Bank, so where it changes my whole score on the pay-per-view if I thought it was good or not. I'm going to give an honest review. Some things I didn't like in the pay-per-view. Some things I thought was okay and thought was good. Some things I absolutely loved. And it gave me the old feeling the feeling I'm used to when watching WWE pay-per-views, which we haven't got for a while. In fact, arguably since WrestleMania, just before, we haven't really had that feeling. We've had a few glimpses of it. We've had a few matches within pay-per-views that have been really good, but we haven't had top to bottom a pretty good pay-per-view. So I'm very happy about that. It's your reflection. Sorry, Pablo's barking at himself. Nima says that the man's ladder match was incredible. I believe so as well. It was one of the good ones. I don't remember having too many bad men Money in the Bank matches, to be honest. I was even watching a lot back yesterday, a few of them. And they've always been pretty damn good, but this was one of the better ones for sure. I feel like everyone was highlighted and everyone got their shine in this match, which I love, by the way, because it's very hard when you've got so many men in one match and women in the women's ladder match to let everyone have their piece of the pie. So there's not many in the chat. We're going to go because we've been in 5 minutes now, and anyone who comes in after is just going to have to join onto the back of what we're talking about. Won't make it too long. I haven't done many live streams lately. We've done the odd Savage Talk last week. We've done the last couple of Thursdays, but as you know, stuff in personal life and that. And, it's not the easiest thing to go live. It's different when I'm recording stuff because it's just me talking to the camera. And it's kind of the same here, but if anything goes wrong or I feel a certain way, I'm not feeling too good with myself, I'm going to turn the camera off. When it's live stream, you're live and that's it. So we're going to start from top to bottom. We're going to start from the kickoff show. And the kickoff show match was the Usos versus La Mysterios for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And yeah, let's talk about this. Now, guys, King Courts, don't do that. Don't start talking about the matches later on in the show. We're going to go down the list from top to bottom so we can all have our say on what we're talking. If we start going to the end, it's going to get mixed up. So this match, what can I say about this match? I thought the match was really good. If I had to give this match out of 10, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. The 7 out of 10 is based on what happened at the end, which we'll get to. But I thought that you could see in this match that all these guys, there was family components. We can always tell with the Usos that they're brothers, the twins. So they got that connection, but the father and son connection from Dominic and Rey. And I want to give a special shout out to Dominic Mysterio. This guy hasn't just got, there's going to be an element of him being in WWE because his dad's Rey Mysterio. That's fair enough. Use the rub. I don't know why people get salty about stuff like that. Because once you get through the door, it's down to you to be good. And, we've seen it with people like Curtis Axel, not cut the mustard so much when his dad was a wrestler. People like Randy Orton, who's cut the mustard and been great ever since. Charlotte, the same. So, you get these second generation and third generation wrestlers, and you never know what's going to happen. Now, Dominic has been great. He's been great since he came in. He's been learning since he came in. You can tell he's a student of the game, not just because his dad's Ray and he gets to go to free pay-per-views. He actually watches what's going on. And I'm here for Dominic Mysterio. Shout out to Brother Nero in the chat. Shout out to Brocky in the chat. Brother Nero, that entrance looked like it was the ancient ruins, the Mayan ruins. And they were going through a portal. Now, if you know anything about the Mayans, who, they're beginning of the world and all that stuff like that, it's all down to do with that. But it's pretty cool, man. It's something different. I'll give it that. But like I said, Dominic was great in this match. The Usos and Rey, great in this match. There was a dope part towards the end when Rey Mysterio had, I think it was Jay, ready in the position for the 619, and Jimmy sacrificed himself and put his head in the ways to take it. And then obviously we went from there. There was a super kick from Jay. Went to pin Rey. Rey actually kicked out of the super kick. They both went through for the Usos splash off the top rope. Dominic got back up, pushed one off. The other one pushed Dominic on the floor. And then I think Jimmy rolled Rey up and Jay jumped on the apron, held onto the rope and pushed his feet on the back of Jimmy's back, which obviously made the pin a lot stronger. And they picked up the victory. I'm very happy about them winning the tag team championships. It's not a shock to me. If you go back and look at my video from when Dominic and Rey first won, I said that the Usos would take it off them. They did. But everyone still looked great in this match. So I thought that was dope. I didn't like the fact that it was finished on a roll-up. I think in the last 3 Raws, I've counted about 6 roll-ups. So, I'm getting bored of it now. It's just like the most dangerous move used to be the RKO, and now it's a roll-up. It's crazy. So, but my score on this match, I'm going to give this match a 7.5 out of 10. It would have got higher rating if the finish was a little bit different. I don't mind them finishing in a heel way, but a roll up again, not for me. But I'm very happy of the result of the match, and I'm glad that we have new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and it's going to be great, man. Because as you'll get to see when we get to later on, they've all got gold now, and that's what I wanted. So, moving on to there into the main show. Spend a bit of time on this one. King Court says 7 out of 10. Roll-ups are tiresome. It's terrible. It makes everyone look bad. It makes everyone look weak that they can't lift their shoulder up off the mat. And it makes the ref look oblivious, especially when they're not watching what's going on or tied to being pulled. So that's a bit of a shambles. First match on the card is the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This match for me, it was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the things that were going on with the women in the match. I'm probably going to leave someone else, so you might have to help me on this one. But yeah, it took it down for me as well. We had Tamina, Natalia, Nikki Ash, Asuka, Zelina Vega, Liv Morgan. Who else do we have? Naomi and Alexa Bliss in this match. Now, I have pet peeves with I don't want to say it's not a sexist thing, but with the women's matches when there's a lot of women in one match, instantly in my head, I'm like, it's going to be botchy. And then when the match started, there was a lot of like, it's almost like it's either they're scared to get hurt or they are trying to protect the other person so much that it looks weak. So I seen like a few little Irish whips into the barricade, but it was very weak and slow. I didn't really like that. The original stuff, what happens with men and women when there's a big spot coming up. I think there was a spot with Nikki. She was on top of the ladder and all the other ladies were fighting each other now. I hate seeing this. This is a pet peeve for me. Everyone's wrestling each other and this keeps happening and they keep looking up at Nikki because she's ready to jump and let's keep fighting. When realistically, if that's what you're seeing, you'd roll out the ring. So they need to find a new way to do that because I hate seeing people waiting for spots. I'm going to give you maximum a minute, a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds. But I don't want to see, let's keep fighting because Nikki's up there. She's ready to jump, but let's keep fighting because you would move out of the way. And then when she did jump, the original thing happened. Nikki's like 5 foot and she's not long enough to take out that many women because they were in a line. So I've seen Zelina Vega go down, but she didn't get touched. Really don't like stuff like that. Honestly, I really don't like stuff like that. But apart from that, we'll go through the ladies in the match. Alexa started off the match just in the corner, just watching everyone, stuck to her character. There was a part where she tried to like almost possess the briefcase to come down, and then she got attacked. And then there was a part when she's on the ladder with Zelina Vega. Zelina went to grab the briefcase, and Alexa possessed her and made her come off. Thought that was pretty fun. Normally I'd have a problem, but Natalya and Tamina in this match were actually needed. They were kind of like a focal point of the match for people to, to bounce off because there was 2 of them. So I'm not mad at them. They weren't terrible. Natalya was a bit slow at the beginning. Tamina actually had a really good match, which I thought was dope because she expressed how good she was. I like that. Naomi had a segment where she was just kicking ass. I loved that. She was my pick to win. I wanted her to win the match. Liv Morgan really shone in this match, and I expected it, to be honest. Everything towards this match was pointing at Liv Morgan, all the build-ups, all the SmackDowns, and that's the reason why I didn't pick her for the win. But she did look really good. She didn't look out of place. She looked like one of the best ones in the match. So did Zelina Vega look great. So going forward, they're probably going to have their feud, but hopefully she can insert a dominance into the women's division properly now, Liv Morgan, because she's been on the precipice of nothing for years now. Like, as soon as the original Riot Squad split up the first time, it's all been curtains. And then even if you watch the documentary, there was a part where Paul Heyman was hurting and they pulled the plug on her. I think she's going to fight Ember Moon. They pulled the plug on her last minute. When she teased the comeback, then she came back as the lesbian with Lana, and that was pathetic and terrible as well. She really shone in this match. Nikki Ash done nothing in it. Pablo, that's the wire, bro. She done nothing in this match for me, really. She was just a bit part, and we know that she won the match, but she didn't seem to do too much in this match for me. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird one because the person who was the most forgotten person in this match, who didn't seem to do much at all, was Asuka. Real shame that she's gone back to being the forgotten woman again. I mean, somebody tell me something in the match what you remember Asuka doing great, because there wasn't anything. I like the way towards the end of the match, all the ladies put Alexa Bliss under like 7 or 8 ladders to stop her moving. Very smart because she's so powerful, and they've built her character up to be so powerful that you need a big way to keep her out of the match. It's almost like when Braun Strowman put the table on Brock before, even though Brock got back up, but put the table on Brock. And I actually thought at some point, oh my God, she's going to get up. And I reckon if the fans wasn't back and this was the Thunderdome, she would have teleported or something. So I'm glad about that as well. The ending of this match was it's not maybe, it was the worst Money in the Bank ending I've ever seen. So there was 3 ladders up, 6 women on the ladders. Nikki Ash was down on the floor on the outside. Alexa's on the outside as well, buried on the ladders. Now, because of the camera angle, I was purposely watching Nikki because I'm like, all these women are there, so no one's going to pull the briefcase off. And I watched her get up, get in the ring, climb up the ladder, climb over Liv Morgan, I watched Asuka look at her coming up a lot. So look at Nikki and continue to fight Natalia. And Nikki just went over Liv Morgan and took off the briefcase and won. Now, you'll see if you go on my channel, you see the reaction. I don't know what to say because I have no bad will or ill feeling to Nikki. I love Nikki. I don't like the superhero character, but I'm going to give it time to marinate and see what happens. Because it's too early to say it's terrible. I just don't like the look of it so far. I think it's a bit outdated. And because Hurricane only gets the pop now because it's a legend, not because if he just came back and tried to do this gimmick, it wouldn't work. So she's missing Money in the Bank now. I can't see her running around with that briefcase and cashing in on one of these legit champions. Now, the likelihood is she's going to have this briefcase for ages. I reckon she might carry this for like 10 months. I can see she might tease it a few times that she's going to cash in, but honestly, for me, wrong choice. I wanted Naomi to win because I thought it would have been to have the Usos with the belt, Naomi with the briefcase, Tamina with the tag title, and Roman with the Universal title. I thought it would have been a great spectacle. Obviously, they can all lose it eventually. I don't expect them to keep it forever, but yeah. And they could have went with Liv Morgan for the win. They could have gone with Vega for the win. The stories they could build off all of those. And then a few people in my comment section saying they did the right thing because all the other ones are in storylines. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That's like saying somebody can't win the Royal Rumble because they're already in the storyline now. I know, and Brocky just brought up the same point. Pablo, that they're doing it for the kids. The kids don't care about this. They don't. He worked with Bailey's character, but she wasn't pretending to be a superhero. I don't know who. Put it this way, the kids don't spend the money themselves, their parents do, so it doesn't really matter when it comes to stuff like that. Anyway, let me get to the comment section, see what everyone else is saying about this. Allow me to pop it. Say hi to Demon Team and the Bandits and Charlotte for Nicky. That's winning. Fair enough, bro. Shout out to you. Naomi dominated. She done great. Thank you guys for the stop spamming comments. Nikki gonna be Yep. I actually said that I wouldn't be surprised if you see Alexa possess Nikki and take the briefcase off her. So do you care about this AEW and Impact relationship? And now New Japan and NWA, so who benefit? I think it doesn't benefit the other companies. So when Kenny Omega had the titles, if it didn't benefit Impact at all, it just benefited AEW. It made all of their brands look not legit and made AEW look really legit. Very strange, but yeah. Drew in the storyline, only watchable thing on Raw, honestly. I think that storyline's trash as well, to be honest. Yep, agreed. Asuka was staring right at Nikki and carried on fighting, so very bad from Asuka there. We can't just do this thing where because Asuka's great, that if we see mistakes, we don't call it out. It was terrible. It was terrible. Do you agree with the winner? Hell no. It was if you ask me who out of all of those people in order who I would pick, she would have been second from last. Asuka would have been last just from the fact that she won the last Money in the Bank. But yeah, losing the briefcase. Yep, I agree. 8 out of 10. For me, I'm going to give this one 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, Liv Morgan was great in this match. She was. But yeah, there we go. Moving on from there, we had the Raw Tag Team titles on the line. I didn't care for like the storyline behind this too much. I actually think the storyline of Viking Raiders coming out every week and being up on Moss and doing the other way around a bit, it's whatever. But the actual match itself was a dope match. It was a dope match. AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers in the world, done his thing. Viking Raiders, that we know they're great from NXT days, never mind WWE on the main roster. And yeah, Amos is learning on the job, but when he's got AJ Styles in his corner, he looks great. Wasn't mad at the finish or anything. I thought the match was great. They went for like 15 minutes, and the women's Money in the Bank match went for 16 minutes. So I feel like the women should have had more time. 16 minutes on a 8-woman or 6-woman Money in the Bank is crazy to me. Should have had more time. Fine with the winners. I wasn't expecting Viking Raiders to win or wanted them to win at all. So yeah, happy with that match. The only problem I have with the actual match is the fact that they botched the booking. That match should have been on the kickoff show, and the Usos match should have been on the main show. And it's nothing to do with the people in the match. It's just that the storyline, what the Usos are going with right now, with Roman, who is the head of the table, who is the top of the company right now, you don't put that on the kickoff show. You know what I mean? You don't. But it was cool seeing. Yeah. We'll leave it there for that one. Do you think Nikki Cross will win the Raw Women's Championship? No, I actually think she's going to fail to cash in whenever she does. 6 out of 10 was decent. Yeah, I gave it a 6.4. Shout out to you, Michael. You know what I mean? Scottish psychopath in the house. 7 out of 10. Fair enough. And Morgan, yep. Moss is bad at wrestling. Can't even do moves like Braun. I mean, it's not really fair to. He's not been wrestling as long as Braun. I remember when he's a basketball player. I remember. Was it 3 years ago now? Maybe 3 years ago because of the pandemic. I remember them bringing him into the PC. So you drawing attention to the fact he can't is a bit silly. He's learning. So you need to, it's different if you're talking about someone who's been on the indies for ages and they can't wrestle, but you should research a little bit more before you start like saying, you know what I mean? Because he's learning. So it is what it is. Yeah, give him time, exactly. What's the pay-per-view after SummerSlam? I don't know. I know that we got Survivor Series around November times. No Mercy, I think, something like that. It depends. WWE change it every year, so. Michael, did you do a watch along last night? I didn't, bro. I've done just reaction videos. Clash of Champions. Thank you very much, Music Girl. Moving on from the Raw Tag Team Championship match, we're going on to the WWE Championship match. Now, I'm gonna get some bad press for this one. I know it. But please, guys, bear with me because I don't have the issue that everyone else has with this match. Now, bear in mind, I'm somebody who is, when I say to you I'm a massive Kofi Kingston fan, it's not an understatement. I'm massive. I've ordered New Day t-shirts. I've ordered the Kofi Mania t-shirts. I have all the podcast t-shirts. I have all the pop vinyls and the figures. I'm a massive fan of the New Day, and I'm a massive fan of Kofi Kingston. Bobby Lashley absolutely destroyed Kofi Kingston, and it's exactly what should have happened. Now, it looks weird because it's Kofi and the fact that we're watching them do the Raws and stuff like that, and it hasn't been as easy. But look what Brock Lesnar done to Kofi Kingston. And look at the size of him and look at the size of Bobby Lashley. If you want to book these big guys properly, these monsters, every now and again, these things have to happen. Now, I get it. No one wants to see Kofi get destroyed like that. Kofi really shouldn't have been in this title picture. It came out of nowhere. It just came out one random Raw 4 or 5 weeks ago. He just said that he wants to fight Bobby Lashley. It's not going to harm Kofi. He's cemented forever. But he made Bobby Lashley look good. And the only fearful thing for me is, is that who he fights next. Now, I'm almost certain that it's SummerSlam season upon us. I already said that I have a feeling that Goldberg will come back. And then Bobby Lashley, after his match on Twitter, posted, I think he put, I'm indestructible. Who's next? Well, we know that anytime somebody says who's next, there's one man who answered, you're next. And that is Goldberg. Now, I'm expecting tonight on Monday Night Raw. I know John Cena, we'll get into that later, but I know John Cena is supposed to be opening Raw today. I'm expecting a Goldberg return at some point, unless he's going to return to SmackDown and end up having that match with Roman Reigns. Well, I'm expecting Goldberg and Bobby Lashley. And if they let Bobby Lashley destroy Kofi Kingston, only for Goldberg to come in and destroy Bobby Lashley, who is in way better condition than him, way more athletic than him, way better wrestler than him. Well, WWE, I don't know what you're doing, to be honest. But yeah, crazy stuff. But I still think that it finished how it should. Don't like to do all the racial stuff and all that. And this is not anything bad, but it was nice to see the representation of Bobby Lashley and Kofi Kingston because it's never happened before. Two black men at the Money in the Bank contesting the title shouldn't be anything new, but it was the first time. I'm sure he was. So shout out to them too. Let me get into the comment section. But I just think that, yeah, if you want to make Bobby Lashley look like an absolute, especially after the speech he gave on Raw about he's done with the bullshit and all the girls and stuff, he just wants to wrestle. Yeah, I'm here for it. Kofi King got decimated. Yeah, he did. 5 out of 10. That's score after Cena versus. Okay. Biggie, Ashton, Bobby. We ain't got to that yet, bro. I loved it. That's like a killer. So yep, Brother Nero, you got it. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. He's but still said it wasn't really a match. It was a murder. Yeah. 7-minute match. I hope Biggie, because I really thought the Fiend would return. Selects this money in the bank. Yeah. I think it would be silly for him to return on that, to be honest. R.I.P. Kofi, Goldberg, Nikki Cash and Charlotte. Oh my God, it'd be terrible. That would. I don't want. No one wants to see him. Remember, last year's Goldberg. That's might happen. True. Goldberg just 1 match left in his contract. Yeah, well, he seems to sign this contract every year. Shout out to Zen. They'll be on whenever the pay-per-views are on. You know what I mean? I had some personal stuff in my life, so I didn't feel right jumping on the live stream in case, yeah. I mean, in case I didn't feel too good. It's different with these ones. You know what I mean? And to be fair, the last couple of ones we had, the numbers in the live stream wasn't much in that. Some people weren't there. It was all a bit like, you know what I mean? So it's one of them. One of them live stream last night. There wasn't one, brother. The kill code. Yep. 777. I cancelled doing it. Goldberg came back. Okay, moving on to the next match from there. We had the WWE Raw Women's Championship on the line. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley being the champion in this match. I suppose a bit of line up the Charlotte hate, so you get it out, you get it off your system right now, because you already know that she's my favorite woman wrestler. And may I just say, and I'm not one of these people, I'm not too hard on Rhea. I know what she can do. I've seen her in the Mae Young Classic, I've seen her in NXT. She hasn't been very good since she come to the main roster. I don't agree that she just turned up, wanted a match at WrestleMania and got it, and then beat Asuka, because she was very stiff. But the match that Rhea Ripley had last night with Charlotte was her best match yet. 100%. 100%. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Start to finish. I enjoyed Charlotte swearing at the crowd, flicking them off, and Peacock losing their damn mind and turning stuff off. Didn't mind because I got the network and I'm in the UK, like that. I think my screen just went black and then come straight back on, but everyone on Peacock wasn't having a good time. The match was great. There was spots where Rhea looked extra strong, super strong. There were spots where Charlotte looked extra strong. There's a point where Rhea had Charlotte in a submission, but she twisted it around and grabbed the rope and picked her up for a suplex, showing the strength. The moonsault from Charlotte, the natural selection from Charlotte off the top rope. Everything. This match had everything for me. It had absolutely everything, including the fanfare from Charlotte swearing at the fan. And also, there was parts where Rhea was just pulling faces at the crowd and stuff like that. And I'm here for it. I don't give a damn what anyone says. I really don't. Charlotte's she's the better wrestler. She's much better. No, I might be speaking for myself. And even if it wasn't Charlotte, I didn't care for what was going on with Rhea Ripley having that title. I keep forgetting that she's the champion. When I hear her backstage cutting promos, they're terrible. No, I don't think it's her fault as well. I think like someone's writing it for her. But she ain't ready to be a champion. Charlotte's got that now. Bring back Sasha Banks. Trade Sasha from SmackDown to Raw. Sasha goes at Charlotte again. I'm here for that. And anything after that, and then we'll see what Nikki does with that title. Great match for a result. So dope. Yeah, I'm going with that as well. 8.75 out of 10. Might be a 9, to be honest. It was dope. I didn't handle Rhea's. WWE didn't take serious. Good to see Charlotte's champion. I hope we get a new champion at SummerSlam. No, I don't think it was. They're not. We'll never beat Charlotte. I think she will eventually. I definitely do not hate Charlotte 100% much because charisma, mate. There's no woman in the WWE right now better than Charlotte. I don't care what anyone says because wrestling's based on all round. Everything you've just said in this comment, the charisma, in-ring ability, the mic skills, like, you know what I mean? Arguably the closest person to her is Asuka and Sasha Banks probably, and Asuka's not great on the mic. Obviously, there's a bit of a language barrier, but they always have her doing the stupid screaming around and stuff like that constantly, which doesn't connect with the WWE fans. Sasha's pretty damn good on the mic. She's pretty damn good in the ring as well. Charlotte's just better. So, you know what I mean? Becky's dope on the mic, dope as a character, has the charisma, not as good in ring as them. So, you know what I mean? She's 14-time champion now. They don't need to rush now with this pushing her towards her dad's record because it won't count anyway. One's a man and one's a woman. It's different titles. You know what I mean? So, Reaper's not ready. I think I saw in my head it went complete opposite. Yeah. I mean, I love the finish of the match where Charlotte put Rhea's leg between the ring post and the stairs. She stomped on it 3 times, rolled her into the ring, figure 8. I like that. Yep, agreed. She's so dope. She's so good. 9.2 out of 10. Becky might return to face her. Yeah, she might. I think it would be a bad idea from WWE to do that. Not because it's anything to do with me loving Charlotte. I think you need to spread that star power across the brands. Now, Charlotte, Asuka, and Rhea's already on Raw. And to be fair, the women's stacked on SmackDown as well. I just feel like I want to see Becky on SmackDown again. Don't know. We'll see. We can Becky return. Yep, agreed. Because she never lost the title. Yep, I love it, guys. To be fair, what do you mean she never changed her gimmick? Her gimmick will never change. Charlotte's gimmick is Charlotte Flair. She's her dad's daughter. Charlotte's gimmick is probably just turned up from her real life self. She knows she's better than most of them, and that's what she portrays herself as. You seen that Raw after Mania when she cut that promo? Couldn't care. Chance and Becky, Charlotte single-handedly won the moment. Yep, agreed. Charlotte 12 times. 2 titles doesn't count. Inventory Ripley. Raw needs Becky. Yeah. Everyone's saying Charlotte will overtake her father, but ain't nobody talking about the truth is fair. 100%. I mean, to be fair, if you want to talk seriously, and everyone hates me for saying this, but let's be honest, Ric Flair's titles are frauds. They're fraud titles, bro. I'm sorry. I said it. Man, I remember him being like 12-time champion already on WCW, bro. And half of them were NWA titles. They weren't WWE titles. So, you know what I mean? How many titles has Ric Flair won in the WWE? 1 or 2? He won the one at the Royal Rumble. I swear he's won it 1 time. I don't want to hear it, bro. Shout out to Jack. Thank you very much for that, bro. Martel, when it's all said and done, you know what I mean? That's all I got to say about that, bro. But let's move on from there. On to the next match. This one is very excited to talk about. I have no problem with this match at all. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I might just come out and say instantly 9 out of 10. I only can't give it a 10 out of 10 because I don't know if it's perfect. But 9.2, 9. Listen, just come on. Come on. Hugo legitimately has a point about Flair being in shambles with the tolls. Bro, I'm not even making it up. I love Ric Flair, he's my guy, but John Cena is John Cena is the greatest WWE. Okay, not the greatest because that's the wrong thing. The Rock's my great. But he has the record for the titles. I don't care what anyone says. And the thing is, Ric Flair's not even close. The closest person to John Cena is Randy Orton and Triple H. That's it. Because everyone after that has like 7 titles. Stop the foolishness. Anyway, let's get into this comment section. I'm here for it. Biggie deserved it. You damn right he did. By far the best match of the night. Dope. 9.7. Rick won the title in the Royal Rumble, lost the match, and then won it back. Yeah, so that's what I said twice. Standard. Burn it down. Yes. Only thing I hated about this match was the bots by Johnny Drip Drip. Oh, you know about the flip he done when he hardly touched anyone. Yeah, we'll let him off with that. No one, please. She's not Bray Wyatt. She's definitely not Bray Wyatt. Thank God for Jinder screwed Rude made to carry on Undertaker. Then sorry, Brock at 100%. Yeah, he won 24 titles and WWE refused to acknowledge it. Yeah, they should refuse it as well. Kevin looked like it did after the powerbomb. He really did. And if you look at the referees, when he got powerbombed through the ladders, they look very, very scared. Let's speak about this match. I'm going to need your help on this one. But I just thought the match was so dope. From start to finish, everyone had a spot in this match. Listen, I don't even... Where do you start with this match? I got the result I wanted. I got the result I predicted. In this match, we had Riddle, John Morrison, Ricochet, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura, Big E, Langston, and Drew McIntyre. Now, when I mean everyone had a moment in this match, every single one of these guys had their moment in this match. It was like Avengers Endgame. It was like Avengers Endgame, where everyone got... There was the Riddle with all the RKOs and Kevin Owens with the pop-up powerbomb and the stunners and Seth with the curb stomp and Johnny Drip Drip and Seth working together and Ricochet with the springboard onto the ladder and into the moonsault and then Drew McIntyre with the moonsault over the rope and the double claymore and Nakamura popped off and then Kinshasa and all these moves. Yo, Riddle was doing his tick. Bro, everyone had their moment in this match. It was beautiful. Big E popped off. And it was looking like Seth Rollins was about to climb to heaven. And the man I predicted, the man I wanted to win, he grabbed Seth Rollins on top of the ladder with one arm. I don't know how he pulled it off. I don't know how Seth was fine after. I don't know how Big E got straight back up. He hit him with a big ending from the top of the ladder, climbed and grabbed that briefcase. Big E Langston, Big E, the big one, New Day Big E, 5 count Big E, Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard Big E, there with AJ Lee Big E, is now, for the first time in his first match, Mr. Money in the Bank. And I love it. I love everything about it. I don't know what to say. Listen to me. The video got blocked, the live stream, what we did not long ago. But anyone who's in this chat who knows the live stream, what we did 3 weeks ago, the thumbnail was what I made myself. Big E versus Bobby Lashley. And I said they need to give Big E this title. I said it. I'm not making this up. I've screenshotted it because I can still see it, but you guys can't. And he's won the Money in the Bank. Now, a lot of people are saying Big E should avenge what Bobby Lashley did to Kofi. Yeah, you can say that. Do I really want the whole New Day mixed in with the Bobby Lashley story again? Not really. What they should do is when Raw comes on, Kofi shouldn't be around because he shouldn't be around. He got destroyed. And I think that it's a hard one. And I know I mentioned Goldberg coming back. And I know that if you ask Big E what his dream matches of all time for himself, he will say Big E versus Goldberg. I'm not mad because if they're going to go this way anyway, I'm not mad if Goldberg comes out tonight, addresses Bobby Lashley, Big E's music comes in, goes off, he comes in the ring, and he just stands face to face with Goldberg and kind of says like, yo, back at the queue, I'm Mr. Money in the Bank. Big E gets a match against Goldberg at SummerSlam. That's Goldberg's one match, get rid of him, gets destroyed. And then we go on and see what Big E does with it because the world is really his oyster. It's so dope. Let me get into this chat. If you see my reaction to the match was emotional when Big E won. It's not, I can't make this up. The fact that like even the way that what's the Shanky and Stanky, they came out and they dragged Drew away with Jinder Mahal, modern day Maharaja. That was perfect because it made Drew still look strong, but it also didn't put that fear in us that we all thought that Drew was going to win the Money in the Bank, because he is dope, let's be honest. He really did look like he was dead. Drew got kidnapped, he did. 10 out of 10 match for me. It was dope. 8.5 out of 10. Big E was unexpected, definitely deserved. 9 out of 10 for me. Match of the night, in my opinion, honestly. Top 3 Money in the Bank match of all time. I agree with that as well. Big E, unexpected win wasn't for me, though. I picked him to win. You know, like that. Yeah, give him his last name back, man. Drip Slayer versus Johnny Drip Drip. Listen, I just think Seth Rollins and Johnny Drip Drip should be a tag team, and it just should be called Drip Drip. You know what I mean? Seth was doing the drip suit thing before Johnny Drip Drip was calling the Drip Drip. Let's just do the Drip Drip, you know, like that. We wanted KO Morrison to win, but okay, begin with briefcase. Drew, Biggies, yeah, he did. Why did Chad Navarro not be in the Money in the Bank? They didn't qualify, I don't think. I don't know. You don't even know if he was in the qualifying matches. Hold on. Biggest still like Drew when they were booing. To be fair to Drew, it's not his fault why he's getting booed. He's been on top of the company for the whole time the pandemic's been there. So for him, it must feel weird. But for us, we've seen him on the screen every week and constantly have title matches. But to be honest, if there's no more baby faces who are really good, then of course that's going to happen. God, interacts really great. KO died 5 times. Ricochet, yeah, Ricochet. Can we just give a round of applause for the way that Ricochet makes everyone look better than they are? Can we just? Ricochet is great, bro. Yeah. And obviously Riddle done his thing, and I'm not worried about that because I feel like Riddle and Randy Orton are going to win the Raw Tag Team titles off AJ and Omos. So I feel like that's going to happen. Ricochet is just dope, bro. Looking at the size and the spots, Big E can never beat Bobby one-on-one. Through it. Looking at size, it looks like Big E can never beat Bobby one-on-one. Even Drew lost. Why can't Big E beat? What? Have you seen the size of Big E? Forget his height. Have you seen the size of him? Come on, man. Oh, God, don't say that. No. Just because I mentioned all 3 of them, I don't want to see that. They're better than Kofi right now. Still not care to see. No, I don't want to see him. I want to say thanks to Jim Hall again. Yeah, man. Shanky and Stanky dragged him out, bro. I'm here for it. Ain't that their names, bro? Shanky and Stanky, bro. Thank Jack LeBon. I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. Thank you very much. Ain't brother Nero, you taking the mic? Ain't their name Shanky and Stanky, bro? You like trolling me, bro. Let me know in the comment section. I swear man's name is Shanky and Stanky, bro. I'm not the tall Don, the extra tall one's name is Shanky, and the one with the paint on his head and that's called Stanky, bro. I remember them, bro, because the Stanky one used to be part of that tag team who were on NXT, the ones who, you know, gave away that Keith Lee won double titles at Money in the Bank, and I ain't seen him since. Veer and Shanky, okay. Oh, it's Shanty, not Shanky. Bro, I remember now because I remember the was it the Indian Spectacle? That was actually kind of dope, actually. I thought it was Shanky and Stanky, bro. Listen, I'm sorry, but I'm calling them Shanky and Stanky, bro. So I had to check down there. Pablo's lying next to my Xbox for some reason. You okay? All right, man. Roman vs. Big E, Shanky and Beer. What do you guys do? What do you mean, guys? Don't tease him, man? These are grown men. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I mean? Anyway, Big E's Mr. Money in the Bank, and I'm here for that. It's good times. Oh, mate. And moving on from there, we get to the coup de grace. Pièce de Resistance. The curtain call, the encore. The matinee premiere. We get, and I don't want to hear it. In fact, I do want to hear everything what everyone's got to say, but no one can change my mind on this match, bro. This was pro wrestling at its finest. Now, that doesn't mean that the match we just spoke about wasn't, but that's not a regular match. It's a tag team match. That's a match, a ladder match with 8 men in, or 6. I think it was 8. This one-on-one spectacle. The legend, the Hall of Famer, that is Edge, rated R, superstar, the ultimate opportunity versus the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Oh my God, it was beautiful. Like, this is the wrestling I grew up on. First of all, Roman trolls Edge at the beginning of the match and comes into the match a little bit later than he was supposed to. He just took his time. Took his time to walk to the ring like it was Undertaker. Took his time at the stairs. Had a little prayer. Edge heated up, ready to go. Just listen. I've seen stuff online. I've said, Brother Nero said, but listen. Shout out to you, Zen. Brother Nero. It really is everything I love about pro wrestling. This is a match that I will not ignore and not go back. I will go back and watch this many, many times. When it's all said and done, and it's very hard because we all have recency bias. It's not our fault, it's life. We need another 5 years to look back on this match and even see how great it was. Because I actually love the triple threat match at WrestleMania. A lot of people didn't like it because they didn't want Daniel Bryan in there. You might as well forget that. He was in it. The match was dope. This match was what that WrestleMania match was meant to be without Bryan. Incredible. The pacing, slow, methodical at the beginning of the match. For the first 10 minutes of the match, it was slow reversals, slow grapples, few trading blows. The spots in it, the way that Edge was working on Roman's shoulder straight away, and then Roman got the upper hand and started dropping uppercuts on him, and Roman speared himself through the barricade because Edge moved out the way. There was a dope drive-by from Roman. There was a spear from Edge to Roman through the barricade. There was spears. There was educations. There was more spears. They had Usos. They had Dominic and Ray. They had Paul Heyman dropping bars. Roman, think about what your dad would do. Now go and show him Seeker, and he walks back in the ring. Listen, this match for me, so good. Now the ending was perfect for me as well. Now it's a lot to go through, so I hope everyone watched it. But we saw that. Pablo, you okay? We saw that. Let's go from where it culminated with Little Nate, the referee, being taken out by Edge, accidentally took his knee out. One little minor thing, but it worked in this match. But I would like to see going forward, the more and more we grow as wrestling fans and time goes on and the world moves forward and kayfabe is broken down more and more, I would like to see something more dramatic to take out a referee. These are grown men, and knocking into someone's leg wouldn't stop you being able to see what's going on in the match. It would keep you down, but I watched Vince McMahon tear 2 quads, sit on the floor, and still watch what was going on. So I would like that. But apart from that, he went down. You knew straight away there was a look on Paul Heyman's face. He whispered to Roman. Roman steps out of the ring. He breaks the chair. Now, this is about true storytelling. They've been building this little bar from the chair for weeks. And every week, Edge ends up on top. He has Jimmy in the hold. In the STF, he has Jay in STF. He has Roman in the STF. Contrary to Michael Cole calling the crossface straight away. We had that. We had the Usos come out. They got held back by Dominic and Ray, so they didn't actually be able to get involved in the match. Then, obviously, Edge reverses Roman, puts the bar across his mouth. Roman's passing out. He's holding it. Seth comes in, which I predicted, by the way, weeks ago, gives Edge the super kick. That doesn't even end the match for him. He has to come back later in the match. Distracts Edge again. Edge gives Seth a big boot to the jaw from the side of the apron. Turns around, catches a spear from Roman Reigns. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns retains. Seth jumps on Edge and starts punching the hell out of him. He stands up. He looks face to face with Roman. The camera angle's perfect. I might end up getting a canvas. They look like a before and after commercial, like really lean bulk. And they were face to face. And Seth was telling him, like, I'm next in line. You've beaten Edge now. I'm next in line for this title. Edge gets back up, takes out Seth, starts punching him up, takes him into the crowd. They're gone. Roman takes the mic to address the crowd. He says, now the world will acknowledge me. He goes to give Paul Heyman the mic back. And we hear that old tune. Yes, Mr. John Cena, Big Match John, Johnny Cena Fast and Furious John, brother of Dominic Toretto John, with the high top, comes back with the lime green shirt and the Kmart trainers. Addresses the crowd. The crowd love him. There was no Cena top chance. It was one of the biggest pops I've ever heard. Him and Edge had the biggest pops of the night. No Cena sucks chance. Everyone's loving Cena. He runs down to the ring. He slides in. I thought he was going to hit Roman. He doesn't. He goes straight, just addresses the crowd. Gets closer to Roman. Roman says, "You want this?" Stands face to face. Says, "You can't see me." Turns his back on Roman. Addresses the crowd again. There was a little clip on YouTube after we started speaking to the crowd. He said, "Don't worry, guys. I'm not back for one match. This is just the first one." I love it. And now he's going to be on Raw and he's going to address everyone. Hearing Michael Cole's reaction, screaming, "Cena's here!" And Pat McAfee, the man, the myth, the legend, response to Michael Cole was, "Where?" He heard the music. He saw the lights. He heard the fans chanting. He looked at the ramp where Cena was standing and he says, "Where?" I love it. I love Pat McAfee. This guy on his own gets a 10 out of 10. Well, no. The commentator team gets a 10 out of 10, but Pat McAfee is special. Where you would think that he's been in the WWE his whole life. He was dressed like a cowboy. For me, this match, he gets a 9.5 out of 10. I loved every second of it. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee together was dope. The whole spectacle, the way he set stuff up. You guys would have heard the last 4 streams we've done. I've spoke about the fact that Seth was going to end Edge all those years ago in the Authority if John Cena didn't reinstate Triple H and Steph. And they never covered it again. And slowly and surely they did. Now, someone's a mole in the chat bar. WWE, if you got a mole in the chat, you're taking ideas. I'm very happy you took these ideas. And it's great, and it makes me excited, and I'm excited to watch wrestling. And, you know, it's not going to change everything what's happened on Raw, but look, everyone's looking forward to Raw now. No one's been looking to it with John Cena's going to be there. Goldberg could return. Big E's got the money in the bank, can cash in on who he wants. Keith Lee could return. It's a great time to be alive. Just for these 2 days. Raw could ruin everything tonight. I'm even going to suspend my retro Raw and do a reaction to tonight's Raw. Hopefully, they don't let me down. And also, I'm doing it because the retro ones, copyright strikes, quick time, no long thing. I'm going to get into your comments, guys. Don't worry about that. Let's go. 10 out of 10, 5-star match every time Roman competes. Always special. Agreed. People chanting, "You can't wrestle." I was like, what the F are they talking about? They're the newer school wrestlers. They can't take slow pacing because they're used to, like, 17 super kicks a match and leg slapping, and has to be a somersault and a shooting star press and a 450 splash, or it's not a good match. Fuck them. 8 out of 10. Roman Reigns. We did a video on it before. It's still up, but we're going to have to revisit this in a year's time. And we're going to have to talk about where Roman Reigns is within the all-time greats, because what he's doing is incredible right now. 9.5 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for the ending. Big E won, you damn right he did. I like Los Mysterios. It's cool. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. Where do you live? My uncle lives in Wimbledon. Oh, I live Birmingham. So different. Wimbledon's in London, but I live in Birmingham. 2 hours away. Dave Meltzer better. Randy. Forget Dave Meltzer, bro. If Dave Meltzer gave this a 1 star, I don't even understand why it would bother people. Who cares about this man's opinion? He was never a wrestler. He never wrestles. He was just a journalist. So care about what you think and what people you care about thinks. Who cares about Dave Meltzer? Old man living in the past, you know what I mean? So I see this all the time. Dave Meltzer gives a New Japan match a 5-star match, or it has to be 5-star. Then I watch it and I'm thinking, nah, this is about 3-star. You know what I mean? Listen, you know what I'm saying? Edge is awesome, legend. I mean, Edge is incredible, bro. Edge is incredible. Every time he works with Roman, he levels up. Like, you guys don't understand. I'm very, very excited to see Edge and Seth Rollins engage in promos. This is about to be dope. I'm very excited to see Roman and Cena possibly engage in promos. Now, the reason why I said possibly is because we're all getting ahead of ourselves. Yes, John Cena returned in that match, but if he's going to be on Raw tonight, we don't even know what he's back for. Thor, intensity work itself, storytelling, perfection, agreed. 11 out of 10. Cena really helped. Even without Cena in this, the match was great for me. The way it ended was great. Incredible, Randy. Amos is better than the great Carly. They can move better than him still. So, Cole, oh my God, it's Cena. Pat Ware, I was dead. I was dead too, bro. Hey, man, how you doing, Ecuador? Yeah, shout out to you, bro. On about 8 out of 10, the results. Right, one more deserving should have won the money in the bank. Shout out to you, Andreas. Yeah. That's a thing, man. I will say, this is not based on you, but I'm so fed. I don't even care. I'm so fed up of everyone saying that this person deserved it. You know what I'm going to say now? Because people weren't listening to me before when I said, I want to see Liv Morgan do more. I was speaking about this from before the Elimination Chamber when she was in there. You know when Shayna destroyed everyone? But if I watched everyone on SmackDown chant, "You deserve it to live" for no reason, then she cried. I watched her on the kickoff show speak to Booker T, and she cried. And give the dead promo. And then I hear across the world, I didn't want Nikki to win either. But it was like, oh, Liv deserved it. Has Liv done more than Nikki? Name me the outstanding Nikki match. I mean, the outstanding Liv Morgan match you saw. Because the best match I seen in Liv Morgan was on NXT. So I'm not even making this up. So before everyone starts coming with this "you deserve it" chant, think about the people of the past. Think about the people who put in graft, the Litas and the Trishas. You know what I mean? And then compare, because you have to, because that's how it works. And you know what I mean? People get twisted. Work rate doesn't get you anything. You can work your ass off and be terrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the best person, the hardest working person in the WWE might be somebody like Drew Gulak. I'm not making this up, and I like Drew Gulak. But is he WWE Championship material? No. Is he even being used? No. He doesn't even chase the 24/7 title anymore. Dope. If you understand us for these tough times. Yeah, man, 10 out of 10, man. I don't need to see this old man on my TV. Surely talking about Goldberg, main event was the best. It was dope. Build-up was fantastic. This is the best Cole for. I've been saying for a minute that I don't understand why Michael Cole's not Hall of Famer yet. Very weird. Been there for time. Edge is passionate than Goldberg. He's Ricochet die respawn with. Yeah. Ricochet respawned on the other side of the map. Crazy Romans have a cheer out of nowhere, and Roman gets props too for his facial expressions. What Roman does when he addresses the crowd cannot go understated now. I was always wondering the whole time, when the pandemic's done and fans come back in, what's going to be a reaction to Roman? How will Roman interact with the fans? And he tells them what he thinks. He swears at them. At one point, he said, I think he gave Edge a drive-by and he says, "Who's the bitch now?" When they were booing him, he's like, "Why are you booing me? I'm the one kicking his ass." And it's like this confusion he has that everything I do is not good enough. This is why he's a... Yeah, Bradley, honestly, Edge is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, bro. It's not even in question. He doesn't have anything to prove. People on the roster nowadays, they all have a little bit to prove. Of course they do, because none of them have been at their best. But Randy Orton and Edge, of the people who are left there, they have nothing to prove. So I was going to say unexpected scene to Raw, but she is going to say interesting, makes it unpredictable. Let's see. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm thinking Cena might wrestle. I think he might wrestle tonight, bro. I think somebody might address him. Somebody understated. I don't know. The only thing I will say is, of course, I'd love to see the war of words between Roman and Cena, but also, I said this before, that Roman Reigns doesn't need John Cena. But he could help put somebody else over now. I said prior that I wouldn't mind it to be Keith Lee versus John Cena or Aleister Black versus John Cena. Aleister Black's not there anymore. Andrade's not there anymore. Keith Lee is not injured. He's ready to... Yeah, man, we know. Didn't qualify. Pat McAfee wear... They got to be on T-shirts. I agree, Brother Nero. That "you deserve it" chant is so ridiculous. I've seen them chant about like people who they don't even care about, and then once that person gets what they get, it's nothing. I don't even know. I don't know. If R-Truth won the Intercontinental title next week, he deserves it. Man is putting he's been selfless to the company because R-Truth can actually wrestle his ass off. But there's these people who have been wrestling for 4 years, and you know what I mean. Tamina was here for how long? 11 years, no title. But then there's people who just and Brother Nero, I can't stand it, bro. I'm sorry because I was pushing Liv. I was behind Liv when no one else was. But there's still work to be done. She's not better than Lana on the mic. She's really good in the ring. But her promos are terrible. She's got that she's got them promos what sound like she's in promo class and she started wrestling 6 weeks ago. And they're like, oh, can you come up with something? It's this attitude thing and I'm gonna roll my head and keep doing this. And then she starts crying. I don't want to see you cry. What are you crying for? Because the fans are cheering you. Future population, oh man, I just can't wait for WWE 2K to come out now so I can use the Tribal Chief. You know that. Is there something savage? I don't know if you watch her 24 that struggles. Oh, what? No, what, Brocky? I mentioned the documentary at the beginning of this stream. Doesn't mean she deserves anything. Doesn't mean she deserves. Like, let's be honest. Usually, if you're good enough, yeah, there's the odd person that gets overlooked. Cesaro, maybe, who should have been in the Money in the Bank match. Weird that he wasn't in there. 2 months ago, he was fighting Roman Reigns, Seth at WrestleMania, and now he's not even in the Money in the Bank match, along with Sami Zayn and Damian Priest, and you know what I'm saying? So, anything she's gone through in her life has nothing to do with wrestling. Ricochet won the US title and his mom's house burnt down on the same night. And then that guy gets put in catering and he works his ass off, and anytime there's a match, he puts his best foot forward and makes everyone look good. But no one ain't saying, like, I don't expect to see Ricochet crying about it. I was save this stream so I can watch it later. Yeah, Randy, I'm going to go anyway in a minute, so don't worry about it. But yeah, them priests will seem to like 300 days, man. Jeez. Bloodline has all gold. Yeah, man. Roman quite interested. Perfect. It's like, you can't fathom why people bring. Brother Nero, you said it perfect. That was the word I was trying to get out. Fathom. He really looks confused because to him he's thinking, hold on a minute. I've been top of this company for the 7-8 years he's been here now. He's been in the main events. All these WrestleManias and stuff had people cheering him, had people booing him. But now he's like, I'm at the best, and he's still booing me. Perfect. Why WWE superstars have less followers on Instagram? It's the Roman Reigns 4.5 only should have got to 15 or 20 mil because of worldwide popularity. I don't understand, bro. Don't understand. Karen Cross show up. I know where Savage face. Ooh, and they teased it before. Remember I did that video on Cena and Karrion Kross. I wouldn't mind seeing Tommaso Ciampa versus Cena. Cena should turn up on Raw and then turn up on NXT. Oh, I love it, Bradley. Pat McAfee Cole, perfect. Oh, mate, it's so dope. I'm so excited to exchange promos. Cena Roman, much better since he returned. Can't wait. Cena. I think Roman always had this in him, to be honest. If you watch Roman Reigns' NXT promos, and the Shield ones when he did say a few words, he sounded like the Roman what's now. You can tell that people started speaking to him when he got to the main roster. Soccer and Succotash. Seeing on the main roster taking off from is the biggest thing in pro wrestling today. Yeah, in all the pro wrestling as well, in all the brands. Yep, she does. Paul Heyman was working with her before when he was general manager of Raw. You remember when they were doing that backstage? He was going to be creative. Him and Eric Bischoff's going to go SmackDown. But big text up from NXT. Raquel is coming off as champion, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, man, I'm here for Keith Lee, bro. And the people can beat John Cena, biggest pop, Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Black Undertaker. Yep. Agreed. Oh, with CM Punk as well. CM Punk, if CM Punk came back, he might have the biggest pop of all time. Roman will be on Raw tonight. So, did you like John Cena return? Yeah, I'm a fan of John Cena. He's not my favorite wrestler, and the reason is because 2002 John Cena debuted. I was 12. by the time John Cena had changed from Thugonomics to that John Cena around 2006, 2007 times, I was out there with women and football and all that, like that. So I was 17 and it didn't connect with me, and it's fine because it was connecting with the kids, and it clearly worked because he still outsells everyone in the WWE, even when he's not there. But the match, he's had some great matches over the years, man. Even the last best match I seen him have was against AJ Styles. No. Was that singles match against AJ Styles? It was a triple threat match. Cena, Seth, Brock. There was the Elimination Chamber match as well. There was versus Roman, Kevin Owens. Cena does this, man. So we walked the Fiend attack Cena. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like it. Only because they kind of, when he beat him at WrestleMania, it was kind of, after that, he didn't even mention Cena. It was kind of like, we're done with him now. Randy set him on fire. So if he's going to come after anyone, it would be him. So I was okay, Big E versus has to happen. Extreme Rules are going to be before SummerSlam or after SummerSlam. SummerSlam's in August, which is next month, so I don't know. I think they might just have if I would them now, I'll just leave it the whole 6 weeks and then go into SummerSlam. I like when they do that. Verbal decimation for, yeah. Brother Nero, we'll say, and I watched it earlier again, and you can watch my reactions actually on my channel, so go back and watch it. I don't Cena won the Battle of Words, but it didn't destroy him. Like, Roman was actually pretty good in that. It's just the stuff that Cena said to him. Mentioned some steroids and that, and promos and that. That's what got him. He said, "Come on, what is it? Come on, Roman. This is called a promo. If you want to be a pro wrestler, you're gonna have to learn how to do them." That line was the killer. Yeah. Big E's favorite wrestler is Goldberg. I listen to the New Day podcast religiously. It's the match is always wanted. I'm not mad at the match. I'm just mad if Goldberg gets put into a title match. That's my problem. I'm not mad at him being there. You know what I mean? He can be a part of the show, but if they make him the main part, I can't see that again. I can't see that Braun Strowman versus Goldberg WrestleMania match is one of the worst matches I've ever seen at WrestleMania. Now, granted, it was the pandemic. There was no Thunderdome, but it was terrible. It was just spears and running power slams. Bro, what do you do for a living? YouTube, personal training, camera, videographer, photographer, management, boot camps. I'm on everything, bro, honestly. I don't want to see Punk back. Yeah, his pop will be crazy. Ask him, but when are you doing Muhammad Hassan watch along? Oh, yeah, you did ask that. My bad, bro. You actually left a comment, didn't you? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to do tonight's Raw, the main one. I've got an unboxing video from a Pop Ones put out. And if you have Instagram, bro, if you can find me a compilation of Muhammad Hassan stuff, you know what I mean? Because there's no point just doing a SmackDown watch along because you'll have to find the spots. If you find me a compilation, don't watch it. Just send it to me. I'll do it for you, bro. It's facts because I love Muhammad Hassan, though. Yeah, CM Punk he'll get the biggest pop of all time. Rules will be in October. No mercy. Dope. Seeing all those personal promos. Yeah, he does. Undertaker to the 2000 was with the biggest pop ever. Oh my god, that was with the Iron Man match, Rock versus Triple H. Seconds left. He messed up the Rock's match, bro. So it's not rare anymore. They keep doing that with the IC title. I mean, it's from white sheep. You know, like that. Shout out to you, bro. Since the big dog you have to learn the promo kids. Yeah, man. You look like a mugshot promo guy, isn't he? You just don't want Cena to end up in the ring with the Usos and Roman because you know he'll point out something to Jimmy. I'm telling you, he'll do it. He doesn't give it because when he pointed out the thing to Roman had been suspended for breaking the wellness policy, and he still mentioned it. Now, don't get me wrong. We know the likelihood is backstage. Is it okay for me to say this? And we know that's true because it was like when Bray was talking about Roman's daughter. Of course, he had to clear it with Roman first. So, you can send Anna called SmackDown or do so SummerSlam. I don't want him to destroy Pat McAfee now because I'm just happy to see him on commentary. They can have some heated exchange and stuff, but yeah, I think it's time to bring Pete Dunne up to the main roster as well. That's my guy. I've got Cena after Edge. It's awesome. Roman has grown so much prominence in the heel. I think we're back forwards. Great build up. Thanks. John Cena 2003 to between 2005 would destroy Roman on the mic. No, he wouldn't, because you're talking about Thugonomics John Cena. He's gonna say some stuff, and you know what I mean. Yo, Roman, I heard your Samoan mama taught you about the birds and the bees. But you gonna choke on these words? Choke on these. And he's gonna throw some nuts at him. I just made it off the top of my head. Boss! And the thing is with this Roman, he speaks so slow that he has ages to think about what he's gonna say. The other one was trying to come back with stuff as fast as he could. Soccer and Succotash. This Roman, you Paul Heyman in his corner? Oh my god. If he gets too much, Paul will just take the mic. Alexa got a big pop when the mind control was in, but they made boo her after the mind control more. The mind control thing is funny when it's happening, but when you look back on it, it's very stupid. Because then you just be like, okay, Alexa, why didn't you mind control all the women when they were throwing ladders on top of you? Who is Fanky? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Thoughts on Jinder versus Drew feud? I'm here for it, bro. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to push Drew too far back, but Drew might actually be able to help Jinder a little bit more now. It only seems weird because obviously on Raw there's no Intercontinental title, it's the US title. If it was the Intercontinental title, then Drew could start going for them things for a little bit. And I'm like, that's mad. Yeah, but it's not about it's styles in it. It's the styles, and I don't know. But it was a very good segment. Please. Yeah, only thing is, why didn't he send Shanky and Stanky to go and stop Drew? He just watched him do it. Please got Tony Storm, Blackheart, Negan Fox. I'm sorry to tell you this, bro, but the shots and Tegan thing's ruined already. I know it's coming. And as for Tony, she's great. She's great. She could be WWE champion tomorrow. I love Tony Storm. You know, like that. And Cena loves to get personal with my family doesn't hate Rock. It's because he respects him so much. You'll know with Cena, like, because it's business at the end of the day. It's kind of like what you'll see. The more people you see having the strongest feuds in the WWE and the best matches, normally they're friends. Because they trust each other to do whatever. That's why Thingy was so good. Sheamus versus Drew on Raw. They were best friends. So it's like, I trust you. Now let's just kick the shit out of each other. That's what it is, man. Begin to cash in Bobby Lashley and the Kofi. I don't want it to happen, bro. I want him to stay away from the whole, like, for the New Day thing. Who's going to face Apollo Crews? I don't know, bro. That's a weird one. That's a hard one, actually. I just want to see him do something great with Sami Zayn, man. I think he's so good to not be used. Where the hell's Jeff Hardy, by the way? Anyway. Toilet water. Yeah, it's not. It just seems out of nowhere. A bit weird. But anyway, guys, I'm done. We're doing an hour 15. That the long review, but it's been emotional, you know, like that. You guys have been incredible. But I am the father to this puppy over here, Pablo the Savage, and obviously I can't stay on stream and ignore him for this long, man. He needs some water and that. He needs to go and chill. Yeah, man. So gotta look after my boy. Tonight we can get no more words. What do you think of Goldberg rumors? I said it earlier. I think he's coming back. I'm going to show you that. I'll show you the tweet. I should be fine with this tweet. The tweet from Bobby Lashley, and he tweeted this two hours after the show, maybe less than 2 hours. There we go, the Almighty. You guys see that? You probably can't see the words on it. Can you? Now the part is who's next. And that's only aimed at one person. We know it is. We know. Yeah, maybe. Being tonight, Maybe. But guys, no more messages because I don't want to leave anyone hanging like Jesus, like that. You guys are my guys, but I just don't want to ignore anyone's messages. But I'm about to get the hell out of here. I will do tonight's Raw reactions. I might try and do it without the video in video because I get copyrighted quite a lot when I do that. And I know you guys don't care about me getting copyrighted, but yeah, I care because it's going to mess my channel up. So I'll see though. Bro, is your phone a Samsung 7? I got two. Business phone Samsung 7 and S20 Ultra. Like that. Big man things. I've been your boy, Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Like that. Listen, Money in the Bank weren't too bad, was it? Them way there. Run. Them way there. Run.